So I went to the library again, and I also have one of those My Little Free Libraries near me. I actually have several near me, but from that one, I found a book in a series I was getting ready to start, and that is The Way of Kings, the Stormlight Archive. I actually had put this on hold at the library like a couple hours before I took my dog for a walk, walked by the little library, and I was like, wait a second, I think I just saw Brandon Sanderson's name. And I turned around, and sure enough, I did. So I picked up this one, and this is even a unique edition with bonus full color, or full page, illustrations. And I'm definitely kind of interested to get into this because it's like a kind of sci-fi fantasy, which I really enjoy. Sci-fi fantasy is hit and miss for me. But then, of course, since I got that from the library, I got book 2, Words of Radiance. Then I got the collection, Arcanium Unbounded. And I know this isn't just from Stormlight, but it's the Cosmere, and there is a Stormlight archive in there. Then I have Oathbringer digitally on hold. And of course, Rhythm of War, Book 4. And Tess of the Emerald Sea. And I've actually heard that what this is kind of a retelling of The Princess Bride from the point of view of what if Buttercup went after Wesley. And I actually really, really like The Princess Bride. And so I'm definitely excited to get into this one. And plus, of course, it's green. And green is my favorite color. So I was very excited about that as well. And the last time I went to the library, I found book 1 in the Guardians of the Dawn, Zara. And I don't really know a whole lot about this. This is one that is basically, the cover sounded really interesting. And then I picked it up, read the premise. She is the Guardian of Flame. And this is going to be at least, like, I think a 5-book series where they find all these different Guardians. And it kind of reminds me of, like, Sailor Moon, which I'm reading right now. And so I picked that up. Then I have all of Sarah J. Maas's books now, so I picked up The Assassin's Blade, which is the Throne of Glass novellas. So the way I got into Sarah J. Maas is I had a free Audible thing, so I got Crescent City and really liked it. So I've now went back and I now have all of her books that are published. And then Stitch is the best Disney prince. I don't care what you say. So when I saw this, I absolutely had to pick it up. Stitch and the Samurai. So basically, Stitch is being chased by the Galactic Federation, and he winds up crashing in Japan and meets up with this samurai and just has adventures. So I thought that would be kind of cute. So I picked that up. Then I have Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. And this is inspired by Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. And this is her adult debut. And I do have her 3 other books that are YA retellings of Shakespeare. So I wanted to go ahead and get that. And then I got Starbringer. And I got that just from this tagline. How much space does one princess need? And then you have The Sun is Dying, and it's happening too fast. So I was definitely interested to get this because, you know, Space Princess, I'm there for it. I absolutely love my sci-fi, and this just sounds very intriguing to me. Then I have a whole bunch of Rick Riordan books. This is the only one I have physical, which is Camp Half-Blood Confidential. All the others I have are digital, and this goes with the Trials of Apollo series. So I have all of the 5 main books as well in Trials of Apollo, and I also have Camp Jupiter Declassified, I think it is the other kind of like side book to it. Then I have the 3 series in the Magnus Chase, the 3 books in the Magnus Chase series, plus the Guide to Hotel Valhalla and 9 from the 9 Worlds. So those 2 will be videos in their own right. I've spoken about Adrian Tchaikovsky several times on my channel. I finally have most of his other books. This is Elder Race, as you can see, and I've already started it. I'm maybe about a quarter of the way through. One thing I can say, his books are very, very fast, and this is one of his shorter books anyways. And this is quite fascinating, and I've read somebody has called him, instead of being like sci-fi, he is evolution-fi, and I can definitely agree with that. Then continuing on with him, I have Dogs of War, which is about a genetically engineered dog who was basically, he's engineered to be a weapon of war. So he has like more intelligence and stuff, and he's 7 foot tall at the shoulder, it says. And this is basically a kind of like his reflections after, I think, the war is over, and he's kind of wondering, like, what is my purpose outside of this? Then, this is one of the series I've talked about, and I've actually read this book, and this is the Children of Time series. This is the one about the evolved spiders. And I made the comment that while I hate spiders, I actually liked them more than the humans in this series. This is a chunky series. So we have Children of Time, which is book 1, which I've already read, but I'm going to reread it. Then we have book 2, Children of Rune. And the final book, Children of Memory. So I'm really excited to dive back into this and like learn more about this culture and about the human culture as well that has started in this series. And then to finish out what my library has of Adrian Tchaikovsky, I have City of Last Chances, and you can't really see it, but this is all gilded where the like gold is, and this is a standalone, and it's about this planet that has some sort of darkness. Again, I just really like Adrian Tchaikovsky, so I got this. Then I got the Final Architecture series, and I don't really know anything about this. Basically, it is a war for humanity's survival is over. Its heroes forgotten. One discovery will change everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. So I'm not really too sure about it, what it's about, but it sounds really interesting. So we have Shards of Earth, book 1. Then we have Eyes of the Void. And finally, Lords of Uncreation. And again, these are all chunksters. So some of these may take me a while, but a lot of his books are very quick reads. So I'm hoping to get through these pretty quickly. I'm also working on a project where I read the books on my to be read shelf that have a low number of ratings. And so the first book I'm going to do for that is The Reckoning, which is book 1 in the Ancient Mirrors series. And this is basically an epic fantasy. So there is a dragon queen and her guardians must prevent an evil from spreading. And it sounds pretty interesting. It appears that it'll have dragons. And so yeah, I'm definitely interested to get into this sometime in the near future. I believe this is a trilogy in total, but right now I just have this book. And yes, that's it for this book haul. And as always, if you want more bookish content from me, please subscribe.